G'day, this is Simon at South OC Cars and Coffee. I'm with Mike from Ford, and we are doing a reveal this morning, which I am hyper excited about. What is it, Mike?
It's the all-new 2025 Mustang GTD.
This is not your ordinary Mustang. Check this thing out. So when people think about Mustang, there's been many Mustangs over the years, Mike, that have really changed the perspective. There's been Shelby GT500s, there's been GT350s. This is something entirely different. Let's talk about that. What is the market that Ford's going after with this car?
Yeah, so with Mustang GTD, we are taking Mustang to an entirely new place. We're taking on Europe's best with GTD. Yep. This is the most audacious and advanced Mustang ever, and it comes completely derived from racing technology. So when you think about Mustang right now, we compete around the world. And part of our competitive offerings are Mustang GT3. When our team saw Mustang GT3, they said, you know what? We need a road-going version of GT3, and that's how we got Mustang GTD.
So there's some really cool things about this car which are not on any other Mustang. I mean, first of all, every panel on the body on this thing is carbon fiber.
Yeah, so we've got a carbon fiber body. Most of the panels are carbon fiber. The doors are not carbon fiber, but you get the roof, you get the hood, and the Mustang GTD that we have here is the carbon series.
Yeah, right.
So what's great about that is you get the exposed carbon fiber in the hood. You get the exposed carbon fiber in the roof, and then of course we have other lightweight bits. So you can get aluminum or magnesium wheels,
right?
To further reduce weight.
So as I was looking over the car, there are certain things that blow my mind. One of the first things is the suspension that this car's got. When you look, there is no back seat, and when you look where the trunk would be normally, you see these opposing dampers like you would see in an open wheel race car. Like there's so much attention to detail on suspension.
Yeah, absolutely. So again, this is all coming from our racing efforts with Mustang, and part of that is we work with Multimatic in racing, and so we're using Multimatic technology in the suspension, specifically the active dampers.
Yep.
So these opposed pushrod dampers that you can see beautifully displayed like jewelry, right behind the driver's seat.
I love that Ford's done that. I mean, that's the sort of thing you would see a customizer do, and you can sense looking at every part of this car that the designers were given this free will to make it as beautiful and as functional as they possibly could, and you see that in every angle of the car.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of it, is this very small, very focused team that we had took the best of design elements, so you get a design that is both beautiful to look at but totally functional. It's wider than your regular Mustang. It's all about the aerodynamics of the car, but then beneath it is absolutely race-inspired engineering. So we use the 5.2 liter supercharged V8, but it's not your standard transmission. It's actually made it to an 8-speed dual-clutch transaxle in the back, and so not only do you get the great looks, you also get, with that layout, a 50-50 weight balance.
Yeah, which is one of the reasons the car's going to be so good on the track, and even little things like it's got a carbon fiber drive shaft, which you don't find on the average Mustang. And the thing that one of the things I love, that the only other car I've seen it on is in a Koenigsegg, is the rear aero, which is actually, it's active rear aero, but it's actually mounted to the C-pillar rather than to the back quarter panels or the trunk lid of the car, to give that downforce right over the top of the back wheels instead of behind the back wheels.
Yeah, absolutely. And amazing performance elements of this is the drag reduction system.
Yep.
So with the drag reduction system, which you get with the performance package, you get the rear wing and back, and the rear wing will open and close, so it'll open up for aero. As you're going around the track, wide open around the track, but as you start to go around some of the more curvy bits of the track, it'll close up for that extra downforce. And then that's in the rear. To balance that out, what you don't see from the exterior of the car here is right below the front spoiler is you have 2 extra flaps also that will open and close to add downforce or provide additional aero.
It's a street car with DRS effectively in a lot of respects. It's giving you drag, but it's giving you the reduction in drag when you need it as well, which is kind of cool.
It is the most powerful, fastest, street legal Mustang that we've ever produced, and it's made to perform amazingly well on the track.
So 815 horsepower, 202 mile an hour
Top speed. Yep.
And a goal of, and teasers happening right now, of sub 7 minute Nürburgring, which is no US car has ever done before.
Correct. Yep. So our goal with this is a sub 7 time around the Nürburgring.
I mean, there's so many little things. The titanium on the center dial comes from a retired Lockheed F-22 fighter. There just is a little, lovely little touch. The fact that when you look through the vents at the back, you can see what I'm guessing are the fans for the transmission coolers.
Yep.
Mounted in the back of the car. The aggressive looking cooling ducts on the side, which also play the part in aero. The carbon fiber. Every angle of this car sets it apart from, I think, anything else any Mustang ever built. It really is just such a spectacular build, and we are really thrilled that you could bring it here with us today.
Yeah, no, we're super happy to share it with South OC Cars and Coffee. I mean, when I was like, we're getting a GTD in California, I'm like, all right, the first place we got to take it to is South OC Cars and Coffee. And so that's what we're doing here today. And by the way, when you look at this, and for everyone that stops by today, very limited production. And the one we're displaying is in holographic blue. So we have an extended color palette where we will do our best to match colors for customers. If they bring us a sample, we will do our very best to match it. And to show you where we could take it, this is very cool holographic blue color that everyone's going to see today.
It's spectacular. And you're also saying there is the option for the customer who gets you to paint to a sample that you won't build another car in that color. So you could have a one-of-one GTD.
You absolutely could have a one-of-one GTD for $50,000. We will lock out that color specifically for you.
I love it. I mean, the thing about this car, and let's hope nobody buys them and sticks them in a warehouse somewhere and doesn't drive them, because this car is built to be driven, but you know that in 20, 30 years time, these things are going to be pulling multi-million-dollar price tags, and that $50,000 now is not going to be a lot in the future when that's a one-of-one car.
No, this is definitely, like I said, it's the most audacious and advanced Mustang that we've ever made, and it really does take Mustang to a whole new place that takes racing right to the road.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for bringing it out. It's such a pleasure to have this car here today. Thanks, Mike.
Yep, thanks.